Really nice to see everyone. Happy New Year. I don't know if you're catching me on at a good time or a bad time because I'm quite activated. My one of my fears is like I accidentally left the audio on and I'm just like farting and you hear all of that. Anyways, yeah, so something's accelerating and it's just so out of control, but in the best way possible. Like it was always obvious that there was no control, but I have no say in anything. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this, but if I had to explain why it feels like it's accelerated, is because the way that I used to function was mainly through thought, meaning the idea of what I thought was good or acceptable. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. Everything that we're conditioned with, which is made up, that's what I lived by. So even though there was a sense of like this feels right, it would always be completely masked masked by the you should do this instead. Like you should be this kind of person. You should be a good daughter. You should be a good girl. You should be spiritual. You should act like this, appear like this. So it's really hard to know what's what, you know? It's really hard to make decisions. It's really hard to trust. It's really hard to know what to do. And it's not that I sometimes have moments where I still don't know what to do. I don't know anything. So, and I can't function primarily from the mind. So it's like, I still don't know, no, but the feeling is so loud, you know, it's so obvious. It's so prominent that it's like a duh. Um, and it's not that there isn't also caution of like, I'm not gonna knowingly hurt someone. I'm not gonna knowingly be like, oh, this feels right, so fuck you, and I'll just do what I want. It has nothing to do with that. It's just what feels right, and I'll do it the best, most respectful way that I can. But other than that, like what feels right just feels right. Like I can't deny it. I'm not producing it. I didn't make it happen. It's just there if it's there. So you could say there's like a ease to life in a way, but that's only in comparison when I think back to how it was before. Because honestly, I don't know what this is. I can't say because if this is all there is, how can you really say that this is better than something. It's like, yes, in the idea, perhaps, but it's like, this is all there is. That's it. There's nothing to say about it, nothing to know about it, nothing to hold on to, nothing you could make out of it. You can't replicate anything, you know? But yeah, I remember having a thought of like, this is such a gift to be able to live like this. And this is what Suzanne always wanted, to really be able to trust herself. You know, that doesn't really make sense anymore because I wouldn't even say I'm trusting myself. It just is what it is. Like there's no story like that anymore. But I think this is what I was really working for, you know, not to live my life for someone else, not to please someone else, not to please society, everybody else but me. And that's how most people are living. They're living for someone else or the appearance of themselves to another's eyes. And the scary or weird thing is that that perception of you constantly changes, is never permanent, will vary like crazy. There'll be a billion different perspectives. You can't win. You might as well just be yourself. You might as well just do what's right for you because, like, what the fuck? Why the fuck do we live like that? I mean, I know why, you know, it's natural in a way. Everybody's doing it, everybody's encouraging it, everyone is lost, everyone is deluded, everyone thinks that they have the answer, everyone thinks they know what's right for you. And honestly, it's like fuck off because you don't. And I think that's why I get pissed at people often. And it's a little outburst, but it's like it goes quite quickly, but I can't suppress it. I can't hide it. It's just like that's fucking nonsense. How dare you try to control me? Get your fucking hands off of me. How dare you tell me what's best for me? That's what's best for you. Ugh. This world is fucking crazy. Society's fucking crazy. The fact that we're born into this and forced to be so twisted and something that we're not, that's the only thing that's happening. We're being and doing things we don't want to do. That's why we suffer so much. That's why this is torture. That's why there's so much insanity. So we're fucking killing each other. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I'm mad at the world. It's imaginary. Makes no sense. It's diluted. It's fake. Doesn't actually exist. But I fucking hate it sometimes. And this gets easier, meaning when you see the world clearly, when you see how disgusting that energy is, whether it be within you or others, but while you're going through this, like you'll see it a lot more clearly and the body will be disgusted and it will want to vomit and throw up and reject it and get away from it. And sometimes it's just too much, but it softens. And it's not that you do it. It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's not that you're not seeing something. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. This is how it is. The body is seeing it clearly for the first time ever. It could be horrified in its own life. Like, what the fuck was that? And yet simultaneously you see, wow, okay, that makes total sense. Why I couldn't say no, even though I reprimanded myself and scolded myself and swore to myself that I would never do that again. I did it again. No wonder. Of course. How could it be any different? How could the person actually fucking change? It's not really possible. And I don't want to take away all the hope. I know that surface level healing can happen, but only in the fucking death, like thorough death of this energy, are you free? Are you healed? And it takes everything. You lose everything. And it's really not all at once. I don't even know when this started for me. Like, I don't even want to get into the story, but I lost my idea of everything. My idea of that was my reality. It was like the main reality. So it felt like I lost it. That's all I knew. But you see that underneath it, there's something else and you don't know it. The body doesn't know it yet. And so it's going to freak out. It's going to panic. It's going to be fearful. It's going to run away from it. And that's okay too. Like why would it want to go into the unknown willingly? It does not happen. That's why all this spiritual bullshit of just surrender or let go or you can't do it. You don't do this. This is not up to you. Life was never up to you. You were never dictating life. You were fucking run by impulses, energies that were out of your control. You think your addiction was your problem, that it was about you, that you brought it on, that you should fix it. You think that trauma was your fault, their fault. You can't, it's hard to blame anyone anymore because there's no one there. Everyone's just fucked up. Of course, we're going to be traumatized and it fucking hurts. But I can say you could feel through it. It might be the death of you, but so be it. Good. It's the greatest gift that can ever happen. The saying dying to yourself came up, and then I Googled it, and it was a fucking bunch of Christian nonsense that made fucking no sense. And I don't even know why that came into my mind, but I don't know what the mind is. But that thought arose, and I don't know what the thought is. But I don't even know what that means. But that fucking Christian shit, man, that's nonsense. Whatever was said there was just like, that is not what I mean. Not that I even know what I mean. I don't, because no one does. Everyone's full of shit if they think they know. And I feel like I have to apologize for cursing so much and maybe riling you up too. But I think it's good that you see this. Like, this is just how it is. You're not going to be perfect. It's fucking fake. You're not going to be a specific way. You're not going to be a spiritual idiot that just sits there and appears calm. That's a fucking trap. You're not living. You're not, it's not necessary. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. What are we doing? And then a second later, honestly, I'm like, life is great. Honestly, life is really great. I'm just like amazed. Like, what the fuck? This is possible. Living like this is possible. This is not what I was gonna say, by the way. Oh, for other reasons, I Googled myself. You should never Google yourself. Uh, the first description was like whatever, but there was another description where I was just like, who the fuck wrote that? I'm gonna murder them. It just sounds like a bunch of spiritual nonsense. Yeah, the internet is crazy. Anyways, I honestly don't really care. Like, whatever. But like, that's how people find me. My God, that's sad. I've never used the word awareness. Like, why is that in my description? Uh, I don't know what that is. No one knows what that is. It's not special. It's not important. You don't have to rest as it. It does nothing. Maybe it lightens the body or gives you a little experience or like opens you up somehow. But like, yeah, so does drugs. So does being grateful. So does having an orgasm. I don't know. Eating really good food. Like, what the fuck? It's the same thing. It's such nonsense. It's fine to do it. Like, I would recommend not doing that, but because it'll kind of trap the mind. It'll think that it's something special, like you're actually getting somewhere or you're becoming more peaceful. But yeah, sorry, it's a facade. It doesn't work like that. Sorry, not sorry. I'm really not sorry. But anyways, I'd love to be here with you if you like to interact. I won't curse at you. I promise. I'll be nice.